Today's video, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that it is Keto Tamales. Hello lovely people, welcome to my channel. My name is Elsa and I am Mexican Keto Journey on Instagram. I invite you to follow me there as I do post my daily meals and anything having to do with my keto life. If you are new to my channel, I welcome you and I thank you for being here. I invite you to subscribe as I do post weekly keto recipe videos and videos about anything having to do with my keto journey. If you are not new to my channel, I thank you for coming back and I appreciate you being here. Now, let's get ready for today's video. Today's video, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that it is Keto Tamales. If this video is uploaded and you're watching me now, that means that it was not a complete fail. If I uploaded the video, that means that I was able to accomplish it and achieve it. And let's go ahead and get started on the process on how to make keto tamales. Besides the meat that we will be using today, which is pork sirloin roast, that will be the filling for the tamales, these are the ingredients you will need. Pork rinds, xanthan gum, tamale leaves, almond flour, pork fat, garlic, onion, and the red peppers, and some baking powder. These are items that you can purchase at your local grocery store. We ourselves in this city locally, we do not have a Whole Foods or we do not have a Trader Joe's, but we can get all these items in the local grocery store. So first things first, let's go ahead and start cooking the meat so that meat can cook while we prepare other things that need to be done for the tamales. Here I have 2 pounds of pork roast. I have rubbed sea salt all over it. I have 1/4 of an onion and I have 3 large garlics cut in half. Today I will be using my Instapot. But if you are using a regular pot on the stove top, you will be boiling it for between an hour and an hour and a half. Make sure you check that the meat is completely cooked before you continue the process. So here in my Instapot, I have added 2 cups of water. I will be adding the pork roast on the trivet. Make sure that the trivet is inside your Instapot if you are using an Instapot. I will be adding the onion and the garlics. I will set that on the meat option. Make sure it's unsealing. It will be the meat option. Okay, there, it wasn't close right. The meat option for 30 minutes. Once it is done, we will let it naturally release for another 10 minutes. Meanwhile, the meat cooks, and excuse my noisy Instapot, it's doing what it has to do. You can take it as ASMR if you wish. Anyways, meanwhile the meat cooks, let's go ahead and start with the sauce for the meat. Here we have 6 peppers. These peppers are called guajillo peppers. And if you, I don't know if you can see from there, but these peppers are a little bit dusty, dirty. Plus they have a whole bunch of seeds inside. So we need to clean them from the outside and from the inside before we can start cooking them. Okay, the peppers have been washed. What I did was I cut the top and I cut the bottom. I sliced it through the side so I can take out all the veins and all the seeds that the pepper has. So now they're ready to go inside the pot. I will be adding 1/4 of an onion to the pot as well. The pot does have boiling water. As I was cleaning the peppers, I turned on the oven so the water can start to boil. And I'm also adding 4 large garlic cloves cut in half. And we will let that boil for about 5 minutes. Once you have boiled your peppers for about 5 minutes, it's time to blend them. I was going to use my blender to blend the peppers, but as I got it, it fell and it broke. Okay, so excuse my spot. I had to use my immersion blender. And as I blended my peppers, it splattered everywhere. And you can see some splatter that I did not clean up on my Instapot. I did not clean it up because I didn't want to mess with the settings and then turn it off by mistake or anything. So I just left that there. I will clean it in a bit. I did blend them. I was successfully able to blend them. So after you blend it, you want to strain it. Get as much juice as you can. And you are left with this sauce. Okay, the timer is done. I have left it to naturally release for 10 more minutes. I have cleaned the pad already. And not that that has anything to do with the meat being cooked, but just want to mention that I did clean the splatter from the sauce. Anyway, so let's go ahead and open it. We're gonna pour it in this pot just to let it rest so it can cool down so I can then shred it afterwards before I start cooking the meat with the sauce. Okay, it's looking like it's lacking some color, but the sauce will go ahead and help that out in a bit. Okay, tamale leaves, we're getting closer to the fun part. No, that is not the fun part. The fun part is eating the tamales when they're completely cooked. We're getting closer to the end, kind of. If you have ever made tamales before, or helped out make tamales before, or helped out even just spreading the dough on these leaves, you would know that it's kind of a hassle. Okay, but anyways, that needs to be done, right? So we're going to rinse these tamale leaves and we're going to put them in the pitcher with warm water and move that to the side as we continue preparing the meat and the dough. Okay, the meat has cooled down, so I was able to shred it already. We're going to add some oil to the hot pan and we're going to cook the meat together with the sauce. We're gonna add some sea salt. We're gonna stir this really good and then we're going to cover it and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. So let's get ready to prepare the dough. Here in this bowl I have 4 cups of almond flour, 1/4 cup of baking powder. Here we have 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum, and this big mound is crushed pork rinds. I did crush them with the rolling pin. So after you crush them with the rolling pin, blend them inside the blender or inside a food processor to make it extra fine. My blender did break during recording this video, so I worked extra hard doing it with the rolling pin. And that is 175 grams of crushed pork rinds. Once you mix it up, you're gonna mix it with your hands. Okay, once you mix, you're gonna mix up all these dry ingredients so we can go ahead and add the pork lard and the egg whites. I did not add salt to the pork rinds because the pork rinds that I did buy were already salted. It looks like it is already well incorporated. So let's add the pork fat. Again, mix it with your hands. It gets gooey and yucky, but that's what we have to do. You could, of course, use a spatula instead of your hands. And as you can see, you could also use a bigger bowl. I have already incorporated the 2 tablespoons of pork lard. Now we're going to add 1 cup of egg whites, which was 6 large eggs. I will be using a spatula for this. The dough is done. The corn husks have been soaking for a while now. And before I continue, let me tell you, please do not make the same mistake that I made. I did not use the food processor or blender since my blender broke right before I wanted to do this, to make the pork rinds very fine, to make it into like a flour, because there's chunks of pork rinds in there, like fairly big chunks of pork rind in my dough. Okay, so please don't make that same mistake. Also, I was practicing off camera on spreading it on the corn husk, and it's not easy to do it with a spatula. It is easiest to do it with my hands, on the counter with my hands, with a little bit of water. I have a little bit of water here on my fingertips so I can press the dough on the corn husk. And this is how it looks. You'll be grabbing the corn husk from the ones that were soaked. Try not to get such a small one, but try not to get such a big one either. Okay, if you feel that it's too big, just, you know, cut it at the edge. So, water and fingertips. My dough is a little bit dry because I left it out for way too long. And if you have ever worked with almond flour, you know that it's very crumbly and can be a little bit hard to manage. But this will all be worth it. We're gonna see at the end that it's really good. Okay, now you're going to add the meat in the middle. I like my tamales to be nice and thick, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of meat. More or less like that. We're gonna fold it on one side, kind of tight, and then we're going to fold it on the other side. It's not the same as a regular tamale because the dough is very different. So this is what I'm doing. I'm closing it just enough so that the dough can form over the meat. And then I am closing the other end to land on top of it. And then like that, I fold it. You fold this side up. And this is how it looks. Okay, and then you're gonna place it upright on a bowl while you do the rest. Okay, we are done assembling the tamales. Now it's time to cook them. I will be using my Instapot. They do sell a pot specifically for tamales, and it's one like this one. I will link it in the description below. If you are using a regular pot, you can use a steamer inside the pot. And this steamer will allow you to know when the water is running low, because you will hear the rattling of the steamer. If you're using the pot for the tamales or the regular pot with the steamer, you will be boiling it and cooking the tamales for an hour to an hour and a half. I am using the Instapot today, so what I have done is I have added 2 cups of water. I have added the trivet in there. And then I added a layer of my corn husk so that the tamales will not touch the water when I place them inside the pot. I was able to make 16 tamales and they all fit in my Instant Pot. This is an 8-quart Instant Pot. It is recommended that you add corn husk on top of the tamales to trap the moisture, to trap the steam in your Instant Pot or in the regular pot, or in the pot specifically made for the tamales. Let's close this up. Make sure that the valve is on sealing, and we're gonna cook this on manual for 20 minutes. Okay, the timer rang. It is 45 minutes later. It took 25 minutes to reach the pressure, and then it took 20 minutes to cook. So let's go ahead and open this and see what we have in there. They look really, really good. I'm gonna go ahead and take one out and take a bite. See how they taste like, see how they came out. Okay, let's take out the top one. I made them pretty big, so they are a very good size. Oh, that looks good. This looks really good. This is how they came out. So now let's go ahead and try them out. So I already tried a piece and it was really, really good. I am glad I didn't add the extra salt to the pork. So I already tried a piece and it was really, really good. I am glad I didn't add the extra salt to the pork rinds. I had thought about adding salt, but I'm glad I didn't because the pork rinds were salted, so it is just the right amount of salt. This is really good. I do like my tamales with salsa and sour cream. So that's what I'm going to add, and I'm going to enjoy it like that. So there you have it, lovely people. Simple and easy keto tamales for this Christmas, for this New Year's, for any time of the year. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you're going to try to make this recipe, or if you already made this recipe, I ask that you comment below and let me know how it went.